Hare Krishna, dear devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. I welcome all of you to His Holiness Chandramauli Swami daily class. And today we have good fortune to have association of Her Grace Sridevi Mataji, who is going to enlighten us on Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 8, verse 28-29. They are the last two verses of this chapter. So by today, hopefully this chapter will be completed. Hare Krishna, Sridevi Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Maharaj, and all glories to you. So, with your permission, Mataji, I will share the screen.
Yes, please do.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you very much. So I offer my humble obeisances to all the Vaishnavas, all the Vaishnavis. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya yoja patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. And I humbly request for your blessings, for your mercy, for your good wishes, for your prayers, so that by your mercy, I get the empowerment to do this service in such a way that only truthful, beneficial, pleasing words come that are pleasing to Guru and Krishna and to the Vaishnavas. Hare Krishna. So yes, we are on the very last two verses of this chapter. And the first two cantos, Srila Prabhupada said, have everything. Because he was not sure whether he would live long enough to complete the whole Srimad Bhagavatam, he said he put everything in Canto 1 and Canto 2, the lotus feet of the Lord. So we have a deep study waiting for us in the form of Srimad Bhagavatam, especially Canto 1 and 2. So we are on chapter 8 of the second canto, questions by Maharaj Parikshit. Is that correct? Yes. So this whole Bhagavatam began with questions posed by Maharaj Parikshit to Shukadev Goswami. What are the first questions he said? He said, "Oh great sage, please let us know what is the path to the perfection of life. What is the duty of a man who is about to die?" Like this. So before we jump into the whole thing, let's start with the invocation prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nashtaprayeshva Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Praha Bhagavatam Nama Puranam Brahma Samhitam Brahmane Bhagavat Proktam Brahmakalpa Upagate. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. He began to reply to the inquiries of Maharaj Parikshit by saying that the science of the personality of Godhead was spoken first by the Lord himself to Brahma when he was born. Srimad Bhagavatam is the supplementary Vedic literature, and it is just in pursuance of the Vedas. Purport. Srimad Bhagavatam is the science of the personality of Godhead. The impersonalist always tries to misrepresent the personal feature of the Lord, not knowing the science of this great knowledge. And Srimad Bhagavatam is in pursuance of the Vedas and scientific knowledge of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. To learn this science, one should take shelter of the representative of Sri Shukadev Goswami and follow in the footsteps of Maharaj Parikshit without foolishly attempting to interpret, thereby committing a great offense at the feet of the Lord. The dangerous ways of interpretations by the non-devotee class of men have played havoc in understanding the excuse me, in understanding the Srimad Bhagavatam, and the careful student should always be alert in this matter if he at all wants to learn the science of Godhead. So we'll speak a little bit about this and then go to the next verse also. So Srila Prabhupada, Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnana Anjana Shalakya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadvitam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaudangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Chandramauli Swami Niti Namine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Excuse me. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So this great science of God is not so easily understandable by the common man. First and foremost, this knowledge is Gupta, in the sense it is confidential. Rajavidram, Rajaguhyam, Pavitram Idam Uttamam. In the 9th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna is explaining to Arjuna, this knowledge is the king of education. It's very, very confidential. So who can receive this knowledge? Only one who is on the devotional path. This is not open for everyone. Though the books are there and non-devotees meddle with it, atheists meddle with it and come up with their own explanations, the real meaning is lost. Just as Gurudev said yesterday, what is the use of licking the outside of a bottle of honey? Can you get any taste? Can you get the real honey? There's no taste, there's no honey. You're just licking the outer surface of the bottle. What is the taste you're going to get? So like this, we should not hear Srimad Bhagavatam from the lips of a non-devotee, because it is like milk being touched by a serpent. Now something as pure, nutritious, wholesome, delicious and tasty as milk, if it's touched by poison, what happens? It becomes poison. So therefore, one must give oral reception only to those who are bona fide representatives of the Guru Parampara. Not listen to impersonalists, atheists, voidists, nihilists, and so on. 1 second. Please excuse me. So, here the explanation is clearly being given that Srimad Bhagavatam is the science. It is not some sentimental speculation. It is not some hypothesis. It is not some somebody's guesswork. It is not some imagination. It is a science. Science means you experiment, you get the results. And if you do the procedure correctly, you get the correct results. If you do the procedure wrongly, you get wrong results. You cannot blame it. The process is pure, the process is perfect. But how it is applied, how it is accessed, what is the source of our knowledge, all these things will make a difference in its application. Hence, we must very carefully take guidance from the right sources, the bona fide spiritual master, our mentors who are also representing our Guru, and take the guidance of Guru, Sadhu, Shastra in order to make our life successful. So here, now let's go back to the context. Maharaj Parikshit has been cursed by a little Brahmin boy to die in 7 days. Immediately, he takes as an opportunity to perfect his human form of life, renounces everything, and comes to the banks of the Yamuna or Ganga, I'm not sure, and decides to sit fasting completely from water and drink in order to focus all his attention on the lotus feet of the Lord. He's a pure devotee already, but he wants to make his life perfect. At that time, understanding what Maharaj Parikshit is attempting to do, great sages from all over came, and then Shukadev Goswami appeared. Seeing Shukadev Goswami, who was only 16 years old, but he was brilliant as a sun, self-effulgent, all the sages stood up, even though he was just a mere boy of 16, and offered their respectful obeisances, seeing him and understanding him to be a great personality, come to give enlightenment by the mercy of providence to Maharaj Parikshit. So Maharaj Parikshit starts making inquiries, as we said right in the beginning. What is the duty of a man about to die? Please tell me what he should chant, worship, remember. Please tell me what a man should hear, chant, remember, and worship, and also what he should not do. I am therefore begging you to show the way of perfection for all persons, especially for one who is about to die. For you are the spiritual master of great saints and devotees. I'm reading from Canto 1, Chapter 19, verse number 37 and 38. This king, right in the beginning of the Srimad Bhagavatam, he's asking these questions, and Shukadev Goswami becomes extremely pleased. 1, yeah, 37 and 38. Yeah, there if we go, here these two important questions, 1, 19, 37 and 38. Let's go way down. 37 and 38. Yeah. If you read that, you will see. You are the spiritual master of great saints and devotees. I am therefore begging you to show the way of perfection for all persons, especially for one who is about to die. So, unless one is perfectly anxious to inquire about the way of perfection, there is no necessity of approaching a spiritual master. A spiritual master is not a kind of decoration for a householder. Generally, fashionable materialists engage a so-called spiritual master without any profit. The pseudo-spiritual master flatters the so-called disciple, and thereby both master and his ward go to hell without a doubt. Maharaj Parikshit is the right type of disciple because he puts forward questions vital to the interest of all men, particularly for the dying men. And who is not a dying man? Tell me. The question put forward by Maharaj Parikshit is the basic principle of the complete thesis of Srimad Bhagavatam. Now let us see how intelligently the great master replies. And Shukadev Goswami goes on to enlighten Maharaj Parikshit. Let's go. Yes. Please let me know what a man should hear, chant, remember, and worship, and also what he should not do. Please explain all this to me. And there, Srimad Bhagavatam is explained as we said, science of the personality of Godhead. And impersonalists who do not wish to submit and surrender to the Lord keep propounding that one must merge into the effulgence of the Lord. Because they are so frustrated with material life, with all its suffering, with all its problems, with all its challenges, with all its obstacles, and they do not know what is the way out. They think simply annihilating the individuality and merging into the effulgence of the Lord is the solution, because then there is no suffering. That's what they think. And so they want to get rid of the individuality. But Srila Prabhupada explains, we are always persons. Jiva Bhuta Sanatana, what is that? Manashishtani Indriyani. Vrindavan Nath, can you tell me which is the verse? I'm not getting the first line. Prakriti, no, not Prakriti. Prakriti Kriyamanani, Gunai Karmani Sarvashaha, Ahankara Vimudhatma Kartahamiti Manyate. That's a different one. The living entities are my eternal part and parcels. They're struggling very hard with the six senses, which include the mind. Which is that one? Manasisthani Indriyani.
That's the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 15, Mataji.
Okay. I don't remember. 15:6 maybe, or 15:7. Yeah. So there, Krishna is declaring that I am. Krishna is explaining that the living entities are eternally my fragmental parts. Yeah, 15:7. Mamayvamsho jiva loke, jiva bhuta sanatanaha, manasasthani indriyani, prakriti sthani karshati. The living entities, translation. In this conditioned world are my eternal fragmental parts. Due to conditioned life, they are struggling very hard with the six senses, which include the mind. So there is no question of merging, Some people, I remember when I used to attend the Sunday feast lectures in New Taliban, and many, many guests would come. And some of the young people from India would tell me, well, my life is like a bubble, and when I merge, I will merge into the great ocean. I said, what is this great ocean? It's the ocean of knowledge. I see. So what will you do after you get there? Blank stare. I don't know. Or they will say, like the air in a pot. There is air in a pot, and when the pot breaks, it merges into the air of the surrounding. So like that, my life will merge into the great ether. I said, okay. And then what happens after that? I don't know. So like this, all kinds of vague, weird ideas, concoctions, and imaginations. This is the thing that goes on. That is why Prabhupada is warning us Do not hear from the non-devotee class of men because they do not know. They do not know what is what. Knowledge has to be received in the disciplic succession. Yeah, let's go back to the main verse. And who has given this knowledge? Lord himself. He gave this knowledge first to Brahma, the first created living entity who was born from the navel lotus stem of the Lord. When Brahma was born, he was surrounded by darkness. He didn't know where he was. He didn't know what is going on. He didn't know what is this lotus stem, where is the origin of everything. He tried to go down the lotus stem to see where it begins, where it ends. He couldn't make out anything. Then he comes up again and then he hears tapa, tapa. And in his heart, he understands that he must perform this tapasya of meditating on the Supreme Lord, which he undertakes for 1,000 celestial years. When he completes his penance, he is able to see the Lord face to face. Not face to face, in his heart, he receives transcendental knowledge where everything becomes very clear to him. Brahma received this complete knowledge as a great benediction because he has a very important function to carry out. He is the creator, secondary creator. This is the this is the complete Vedas. All the Vedic knowledge was given to Brahma into his heart. Brahma Ride Adi Kavaye. He's the first person to receive this transcendental. So from Brahma, it comes down to Narad Muni. From Narad Muni, it comes to Madhvacharya. Madhvacharya, and so on, down, disciplic succession. That is how this, Vyasadev. Vyasadev, then Narad, then Madhvacharya. So Vyasadev is the author who completely compiled all the Vedanta Sutras. But he was not satisfied. He was not satisfied. And Narad Muni, seeing the dissatisfaction of his student, he came before him and said, "But you seem to be unhappy. Something is not all right." And he said, "Yes, my lord, I'm not happy." And so the master, understanding his disciple's heart, said, "Yes, because you have not explained about the Lord, his pastimes, his entourage, his devotees, therefore you should write it." So this Srimad Bhagavatam is a supplementary Vedic literature, which is the cream of the Vedic literatures, which is compiled by Vyasadeva in his maturity. Amala Puran. It is pure, spotless Puran. It kicks out all cheating religions. It is not something that one can meddle with because it is spoken by the Lord himself and compiled by the literary incarnation of the Lord known as Vyasadeva. So it is perfect, complete, pure, all illuminating, all enlightening, and it has come to banish the darkness of this age of Kali. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Amal Puran ki jai. That's why we say Granth Raj, Srimad Bhagavatam. It is the Raj, it is the king of all Granthas, all holy books. So the impersonalist, as we said, always tries to misrepresent. And when we say, but Krishna is a person, we say, yeah. His effulgence, from his effulgence comes this material form of Krishna. They take this beautiful form of the Lord to be a material thing. When he comes to this material world, he takes this material form, but actually he is all light, he is all effulgence, and we have to merge. So we don't agree with this nonsense philosophy. Guru Maharaj said, this is philosophy, the philosophy of fools. So to learn this science properly, one must take shelter of a representative of Shukadev Goswami, who has received the knowledge very nicely, just as a fruit is carefully handed down from branch to branch and not just thrown on the ground where it will get smashed. Similarly, this knowledge is very carefully handed down from guru to disciple. The disciple then in his maturity becomes guru, hands it over to his disciple. The disciple in his maturity becomes guru, hands it to his disciple. And this is the way the guru parampara continues. To learn this science, therefore, one must take shelter and follow in the footsteps of the great souls. One must be very enthusiastic to hear. Very enthusiastic to hear, Utsaha, Dhairyat, Nishchat, Tat Karma Pravartana. So these things are very favorable to her devotional service. What is that? Utsaha, enthusiasm. Dhairyat, which means patience. And Utsaha, Dhairyat, Nishchaya, determination. Determined that no matter what the price, I will search out for Krishna in this lifetime. I don't want to waste this human form of life. So when we take up this mission of Krishna consciousness, we are going to be tested. And one must not make foolish mistakes to get swayed by the words of non-devotees or to fall prey to the allures of Maya, because she is always trying to keep all the nonsense out of the spiritual kingdom. So as long as we remain a nonsense, we will remain here. So we must stop being nonsense and take up the sensible path of devotional service. So the dangerous ways of interpretation by non-devotees have played havoc in understanding Srimad Bhagavatam. The careful student should always be alert in this matter if he at all wants to learn the science of God. So the pure representative has no other interest except to present the message of God as it is, with no concoctions, deviations, additions, subtractions, deletions, all these things. No personal interpretation, simply repeating the words of Guru and Krishna. Okay, let's go to the next verse and wrap it up. Chapter, I mean. Yat yat parikshit rishabha pandunam anupritchati anupurvyena tat sarvam akyatum upachakrame. Translation. He also prepared himself to reply to all that King Parikshit had inquired from him. Maharaj Parikshit was the best in the dynasty of the Pandus, and thus he was able to ask the right questions from the right person. Maharaj Parikshit asked many questions, some of them curiously, to know things as they are. But it is not necessary for the master to answer them in the order of the disciples' inquiries one after the other. But Shukadev Goswami, experienced teacher that he was, answered all the questions in a systematic way as they were received from the chain of disciplic succession. And he answered all of them without exception. This is the hallmark of a pure representative of the Lord, that he knows everything and can answer all our questions. Not that, well, maybe it's like this. Oh, I guess it could be like that. I'll try to figure it out in my head and let you know. No, no personal interpretation, no concoction, no hypothesis, no personal motivation. Simply repeating the message as it is and answering the questions according to Guru Sadhu Shastra. So right question from the right person means how we must be. Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshinaha. What is the meaning of that? Just approach a spiritual master and inquire from him submissively. Let's go to 434. The self-realized soul can impart knowledge unto you because he has seen the truth. Just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master, inquire from him submissively, and render service unto him. The self-realized soul can impart knowledge unto you because they have seen the truth. So we must know whom to go to. Not fake god men and fake god women who want personal adoration, personal worship. Srila Prabhupada never said worship me. He always said worship God, worship Krishna. And he always declared, I am only a servant of Krishna. This is a bona fide spiritualist. All the other fake godmen, they hardly speak about God. They want to pretend they are God. And they want all the, worship, the puja, pratishta, labh, everything to come to them. But we are saying, no, not you, Krishna. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he is our worshipable object. So let's go down into that. We want to talk about how to approach. Okay, stop there. One has to approach a bona fide spiritual master to receive knowledge. Such a spiritual master should be accepted in full surrender. Today is a very significant day for every one of us. in one way, because 10 new people are getting initiated. What is the meaning of initiation? It means beginning of spiritual life. So here we are being given a complete understanding of how to approach the spiritual master, how to inquire submissively, how to render service, how to learn this wonderful transcendental knowledge. One has to approach a bona fide spiritual master to receive the knowledge. Such a spiritual master should be accepted in full surrender, and one should serve the spiritual master like a menial servant without false prestige. Satisfaction of the self-realized spiritual master is the secret of advancement in spiritual life. Inquiries and submission constitute the proper combination for spiritual understanding. Unless there is submission and service, inquiries from the learned spiritual master will not be effective. So some people say, oh, I believe in Jesus, I believe in God, I believe. But what are you doing? Are you submitting yourself to authority? Are you trying to make inquiries to perfect the human form of life? Are you following the directives of Guru Sadhu Shastra? Well, I go when I can to the church and then I make my confession, then I come back. Sometimes I read the Bible, sometimes I read the Quran, sometimes I read my Talmud, Toda, whatever it is. This kind of lackadaisical approach, half-hearted approach, or just, nam ke vaste we say in Hindi. Yeah, just for the sake of it, doing some superficial. This will not work. This will not work. The show bottle spiritualists, Prabhupada calls them. We want to be sincere and we want to serve. Then we make inquiries and we try to assimilate this transcendental knowledge coming from the lotus mouth of our spiritual master. Today we sing this beautiful, every day we sing Guru Puja. What do we sing? Samsara dava nalalida loka tranaya karunya ghana ghanatvam praptasya kalyana gunarnavasya vande guru shri charanaravinda. The spiritual master is just like a cloud pouring down the rain of mercy on the souls who are roasting in the fire of material existence, isn't it? So we worship and honor the lotus feet of such a great spiritual master who has come to save us from being roasted in this material fire. Unless there is submission and service, inquiries will not be effective. One must be able to pass the test of the spiritual master, and when he sees the genuine desire of the disciple, he automatically blesses the disciple with genuine spiritual understanding. In this verse, both blind following and absurd inquiries are condemned. Not only one should hear submissively, but one must get a clear understanding from him in submission and service and inquiries. A bona fide spiritual master is by nature very kind towards the disciple. And you can go down a little further because I cannot see below that line. Therefore, when the student is submissive and is always ready to render service, the reciprocation of knowledge and inquiries becomes perfect. So we see this perfect reciprocation between whom? Maharaj Parikshit and Shukadev Goswami. And they have attained the perfection of life. Maharaj Parikshit is the epitome of Shravanam. When we talk about the 9 limbs of devotional service, who is perfected his life by hearing? Parikshit Maharaj. Who is perfected his life by Kirtanam? Shukadev Goswami. So, very nicely, one must make inquiries and then carefully follow the directions of our Guru. Make inquiries again if one has not understood or if one needs clarification, or even after doing the seva, obstacles arise. All these things happen to every one of us. Therefore, we must constantly be making inquiry from Guru Sadhu Shastra, how to keep going, how to go on in a way that advancement is happening, how to deal with challenges and difficulties, how to get rid of anarthas, how should I perfect this human form of life. My dear Gurudev, you are the representative, the mercy representative of the Lord. Come to save me from this material existence. Please help me. Shishyasteham shadimam tvam prapannam. 2:7 of Bhagavad Gita. What does Arjuna say to Krishna? Now I am your disciple and a soul surrendered unto you. please instruct me. Huh? I have lost all composure because of miserly weakness. In this condition, I'm asking you to tell me for certain what is the right thing for me. Right? Isn't that true? Karpanya dosha pahata 2-7. Let's go to 2-7, my dear Vrindavan Nath. Karpanya dosha pahata svabhavajam. What is that? I forget. Dharma samudda chetaha. यच्छ्रेयन्निश्चितं विहितं पृच्छामि त्वां धर्मसमुद्धचेतः यच्छ्रेयस्यान्निश्चितं ब्रूहि तन्मे शिष्यस्तेऽहं शाधि मां त्वां प्रपन्नम्. Translation. Now I'm confused about my duty and have lost all composure because of miserly weakness. In this condition, I'm asking you to tell me for certain what is best for me. Now I am your disciple and a soul surrendered unto you. Please instruct me. See how Arjuna is submitting himself to Krishna in full surrender, out of complete helplessness. He is saying, Hey Govinda, please help me. Maharaj Parikshit is taking the same stance. Very humbly, he is submitting himself to Shukadev Goswami because he wants to make his life perfect. There is not a moment to lose. Only 7 days and 7 nights are left of his life. Prabhupada says, at least Maharaj Parikshit had 7 days. We do not know if we have 7 minutes. Like this, which is true. We never know when death will come. So everyone is a dying man. Not just one who is lying on the hospice bed. Every one of us is in danger. Why? Padam padam yadvipadam natesha. This material world is designed like that. So one must take shelter, one must make inquiry, one must make his life perfect and go back home, back to Godhead. Hari bol. So thank you all very much for listening patiently. We can now open up for comments, questions, and we can pass on our best wishes, pray, give our blessing to the 10 new initiates who are taking first initiation and 2 of our God family who is taking second initiation. Very, very important step in your spiritual lives. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji, so much. This wonderful class and so much enthusiasm. Like it reminds us really the critical situation what we all are going through. Life is we are thinking, like Yudhishthira Maharaj was asked that what is the biggest surprise, wonder that everybody is going to die, but everybody thinks that I am not. So I think that's the reality of the life. So thank you very much for that reminder. And also thank you very much for reminding what's our duty, what's our real purpose to serve our spiritual master, how to serve and why it's critical. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. If you have any questions, comments, realizations, please do raise your hand. You can type or you can type in chat window. Perfect. And before that, also I will request everybody if you can please switch on your video. That always is a nice way to interact. Otherwise, looks like we are still living in the COVID world. Yes, Arti Mataji, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all grace to Srila Prabhupada, all grace to Gurudev and all grace to all the Vaishnavas. Mataji, just wanted to say thank you for your blessings and for such a wonderful class and for the realization that what Guru actually means and what should be our mood when we go in front of the Guru. That's my question. Like, what should be our mood?
Very nice question. Yes. Very nice question. Because the spiritual master is not an ordinary person. He's on the transcendental platform. He's above the 3 modes of material nature. He's situated completely in the divine energy. There's nothing material about the spiritual master, not even his body. Though to our eyes it may appear like that. Guru is as good as God. Srila Prabhupada said we must see like that. So what should be our mood in front of such a great personality? Humble mood of service and surrender. And one should appear in front of the spiritual master as a complete fool. I am a fool. By spiritual master, I do not know anything. No matter how enlightened, how qualified, how great, how this, how that, how many degrees we may have, Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vaibhav, Bhakti Sarvabhauma, etc., etc. We may be very great degree holder, but in front of spiritual master, I am complete fool. My dear spiritual master, I do not know anything. Please enlighten me. Please give me this transcendental knowledge which will free me from the entanglement with the material energy. Srila Prabhupada said, in front of the spiritual master, the disciple is like a blank slate. I don't know anything. My dear Gurudev, I am a fool. I'm a rascal number one. I have been so meddlesome, being tricked by the material energy, getting fooled all the time. So I am a great fool. What else I am? So we must be very cognizant of our position. We are very tiny little living entities, prone to be prone to getting carried away by the material energy. Our only shelter is Guru Charana Padma. Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakti Sadma Vando Mui Savadhana Mate. Isn't it Guru Puja?
Yes, Mataji.
So, the lotus feet of the spiritual master are the abode of pure devotional service. I bow down to those lotus feet with great care and attention. My dear brothers, my dear mind, it is by the grace of the spiritual master that we can cross this material existence and attain the mercy of Krishna. Make the words emanating from the lotus mouth of our spiritual master one with your heart and do not desire anything else. Attachment to his lotus feet is the best means of spiritual advancement. His mercy fulfills all desires for spiritual perfection. He who has given us the gift of transcendental vision is our Lord, birth after birth. It is by his mercy that divine knowledge is revealed within our hearts, destroying ignorance and bestowing pure love for Krishna. The Vedic scriptures sing of his character. O spiritual master, O ocean of mercy, O friend of the fallen, O life of all people, O universal teacher. Alas, alas, O master, please be merciful unto us. Please give us the shade of your lotus feet. May your glories now be proclaimed throughout the three worlds. This is the position of the spiritual master. He's completely on the transcendental platform, is completely free above the modes. Only one who is free can free us. We are the one who is shackled to this material energy, entangled. So who can free us? Can another person like us free us? No way. Yeah, so beautiful. Just see how beautiful this is. I feel somebody else should read it again. Vrindavan, read it again. So wonderful.
Sure, Mataji. The lotus feet of our spiritual master are the only way by which we can attain pure devotional service. I bow to his lotus feet with great awe and reverence. By his grace, one can cross the ocean of material suffering and obtain the mercy of Krishna. My only wish is to have my consciousness purified by the words emanating from his lotus mouth. Attachment to his lotus feet is the perfection that fulfills all desires. He opens my darkened eyes and fills my heart with transcendental knowledge. He is my Lord, birth after birth. From him, ecstatic prema emanates. By him, ignorance is destroyed. The Vedic scriptures sing of his character. Our spiritual master is the ocean of mercy, the friend of the poor, and the Lord and master of the devotees. O Master, be merciful unto me. Give me the shade of your lotus feet. May your fame be spread all over the three worlds. We take shelter of your lotus feet. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Ki jai. Guru Maharaj ki jai.
Jai.
See how wonderful the gift that we have been given. Matchless gift. Lotus feet of Guru. Brahmanda Brahmite Kona Bhagyavan Jeev. Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata Beach. Indeed, the only well-wisher we have in this material world is the pure devotee spiritual master. Nobody can help us other than him. Nobody. They may try, but because they are also bound by the material energy to some limited extent, they can help. But only the spiritual master can completely free us from this entanglement with the material. Only he can do it. So therefore, we take shelter at his lotus feet and beg for his mercy every day, every minute, every second.
Every second, microsecond.
Like that. Is that good, Aarti?
Yes, Mataji, it was all clear. Now thank you so much, Mataji.
Welcome. So Aarti is one of the new initiates today. We have Aarti, we have Neeti, then we have Amrita Sundari and Revati getting second initiation. We have Shweta and Ravi Kiran. Then we have Manas, Neeti's good husband. We have Nag Santosh, Bala, Ridhanya, and Bhakta Thomas. I think I've covered. There are 6 boys and 4 girls and 2 second initiates. 12 people.
Kiran Prabhu also, I think. Mataji?
Yes, Kiran. That's right. Revati's husband. Revati is getting second. He's getting first. Thank you.
Hari Bol.
Well,
Thank you so much, Mataji, for encouraging us and giving me the courage to just face Guru Maharaj today.
Yes. He's our ever well-wisher and very kind and very merciful. We are very blessed. You have the most wonderful spiritual master in all the universes.
the best.
And also, Mataji, the wonderful God family.
Yes. Guru Maharaj and his God family. This is our only shelter in this material world. Just yesterday, we were all driving back. Balakrishna Prabhu, Ridhanya, Manas Prabhu, Neeti, their little son Shobh, myself. And I was saying, no matter what happens, let us just always be God brother, God sister. We may go somewhere, do something, get some great qualifications, whatever. But let us just remain like this, brother and sister. And everybody said, Jai!
Jai!
Yes.
Thank you so much, Mataji.
Thank you.
Gauranga.
Gauranga.
Very nice. Wonderful devotees who are getting initiated. Very nice.
Yeah.
The most important day in everybody's life. I think we should
Yes.
be not fearful, we should be fearless, but humble. Absolutely great. Thank you.
Right. We should be very thrilled that finally in this life, after millions and millions and millions of lifetimes of wandering up and down through many, many species, through many, many planets, finally, I'm connecting with a pure devotee of the Lord who will take me home back to Godhead. Hari Bol. Very nice day today. We wish all of you were here, but you can be with us in spirit.
Very nice. So there is no question, but I think that reminds one thing when you mentioned Mataji in terms of enthusiasm and patience. The key aspects or key quality which every devotee should have. And I remember one class or even Maharaj where he mentioned nicely that if it's how important it is to understand even these simple things from our spiritual master. Because if we just read that, yes, I should have enthusiasm, I should have patience, we can misuse even these basic things. Why? Because if somebody is having just patience, he say like, I'm so patient, I'm having too much patience. It's kind of he or she may lead to mode of ignorance. But
Right,
somebody's so
actually.
much mode of enthusiasm can lead to mode of passion.
Right.
So only Guru can tell that what's the right balance between even these two basic quality of
Yes.
enthusiasm and patience, which
Yes.
can lead to goodness or maybe beyond. It can transcend mode of goodness also beyond this to really Krishna conscious platform.
Yeah. Guru Maharaj has warned me. Hmm? Don't allow your intelligence to overtake your enthusiasm, to be overtaken by enthusiasm. Because I'm very enthusiastic. And then I make a lot of mistakes. I may even offend people. I may overcommit. Yeah. I'll do this seva. I'll do that seva. I'll do that. And then I fall flat on my face because I have overbooked myself or done something wrong and people are upset and annoyed. And it's why? Because I'm over enthusiastic. So one must be careful even with enthusiasm. Too much of a good quality can also be a deterrent. Must, as Vrindavan rightly said, we must have the correct balance. Enthusiasm, patience, and determination. All things must be there. Very nicely said. Your god sister is very enthusiastic, but all the other things, she's a big zero.
No worry, but you carry the one in front of that, which is Krishna.
Right. That's Guru Maharaj's mercy.
So, devotee, if you have any questions, comments, good opportunity. We still have few minutes if you want to. It's a fantastic platform to really understand your clarifications. Uh, Also reminds me one thing, why the time devotee uh, wakes up, prepare themselves for the night, right questions. Maybe they are just thinking that you have answered all their questions, Mataji, so
No.
nicely. But yeah,
I
so
don't
they are
think I've
just like
answered.
thinking, what now to ask, really? Yeah, they are just like gone for the service of Guru Maharaj. Yeah, that's what looks like. Everybody has gone in
Everybody's
mind.
ready.
Said in the spirit, go. Be present in spirit. So everybody trying to prepare themselves in spirit, and they are just here in this chat, but actually in spirit they are there. So it looks like that.
Looks like everybody has complete clarity and understanding. No need to waste time asking questions.
No, but asking questions is very, very important. Um, anyway, by the time devotee ask, if you allow me, I want to share one thing that, again, I was hearing this in some lecture. They so nicely mentioned that this Mayavadi philosophy, where they want to merge in this effulgence. A very nice analogy I got, and I really loved it. I don't know, I heard this first time that although here heard in a different way, but this kind of example that flies, they are just tasting the sugar. Yeah, two flies tasting the taste of sugar. This sugar is transformed or like sent for the preparing this sugar syrup. Yeah. So one fly goes inside because this fly wants to merge. But what's the beauty? Just gets
No.
merged, but what's the point? Just like losing everything. But the other fly want to really serve or taste and still stay awake, and they just still tasting. They didn't want to like try to control going away in that, because mood was to just taste and relish the real value. And that's what Maharaj said, that for a devotee, very important to really understand the purpose of our life, that we are here to go back to Godhead, our real home, not to really merge, because by merging, you will be like another fly, which will be going in that sugar syrup, and nothing will be there. So you can say, yes, it's bland, but what's the value? As you rightly said, what we are going to do next there? Nobody knows. Just want to merge. But anyway, that's not like the things. But I think on today topic, very, very important. I think Mataji, what you said, and especially like Ekadashi day, and also when 10 initiates, 2 more second initiates, focus on the value and purpose of our spiritual master and wonderful spiritual master. I think I don't know what good karma we did. Maybe we have not done with just mercy of
Prabhupada.
Lordship, Prabhupada, and our Guru Maharaj that we got mercy of an association of such wonderful God family and such spiritual master.
Right, right. We have a golden opportunity to make our life perfect in Krishna consciousness, because then you really start understanding, you really start relishing, you really start, making progress. Once we become serious, we become sincere, then there's nothing to stop us. So everyone is very quiet, huh?
Dheeraj Prabhu, how are you?
Can't wait for Dheeraj to get initiated. When is
Yes.
that going to happen?
Just next visit, Mataji, he's going to be, I'm sure. Such a wonderful devotee, wonderful. I remember
Wonderful.
first time when Prabhu used to show, like highlight his struggle in material world, which everybody is going through, but he was going through. And
Still
I think
struggling.
we all were praying, but Prabhu, you don't need. Now you need to shower your blessings. Absolutely, because
Bless me so that I can serve
nice
Guru
mood to
and my
serve,
God.
spiritual master. Nice mood. Absolutely great. I have not met you physically, but I can say by spirit that you are wonderful devotee. Absolutely. And just
Dheeraj,
initiation ye.
I'm coming back on July 23rd morning to Kolkata.
So are you
Okay,
staying in Kolkata or straight going to Mayapur?
No, I will go to Mayapur. Just letting you know.
she's saying
Okay.
once you will take initiation, Prabhu, in the next visit, after that she will visit, she will stay in Kolkata.
Come with me. That's what I'm saying. Jump into the taxi and come with me to Mayapur.
Definitely. It's
Yeah.
just 100 kilometers, 2 hours.
Don't take my words, Prabhu, seriously. I am
Definitely.
just like I was joking that Mataji will come. She is so sweethearted. But this is my nature,
No.
bad nature.
Yeah,
I'm scolding Dheeraj
she's
all the
my
time.
mother.
I'm not sweet with him. Ask Dheeraj how much scoldings I give him.
Yeah, that's fine. That's also quality of sweetness.
She, yes. She always brings me on the path. Whenever I'm excited, whenever I'm like pumped up, like she always guides me. So yeah.
That's the quality of a wonderful devotee, because devotee wants only one thing: how every jiva can take the right path. That's it.
Yes.
And they struggle, they suffer by suffering, seeing suffering of others. When they say they are enjoying, but a devotee can see the suffering in that enjoyment, and they really feel really pain. And that's the quality of a devotee. So wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mataji.
Okay, doesn't look like anybody has any questions. It looks like everybody is clear on the subject matter that we talked about today. Huh? No comments?
Everybody, yes, looks like everybody, bodhyanta parasparam. Looks like, yeah, just go in that mode.
Okay.
So with that mood, with that things, Mataji, with your permission, if it's okay with you, we will close this call.
Yes.
And Shrimad Bhagavatam ki jai,
Yeah.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Vanch kalpa tarubhyascha kripa sindhu vyevicha patita nam pavnebhyo vaishnavibhyo namo namaha. Guru Maharaj ki jai, Anant Koti Vaishnav Vrind ki jai, Har Grace Sridevi Mataji ki jai.
So, Vrindavanath Prabhu, this is going Facebook Live and YouTube Live, etc., right?
Yes, Mataji.
So, the recording will be immediately available?
Yes, Mataji.
Can you just please send it to me on my WhatsApp?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay, thank you so much. My humble
It's already there. It's actually already there in YouTube, in that our
In and out.
announcement group. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Hare Krishna.